Hi, this is Shannah, and this is another pick a card reading. This one is how your pet sees you. This is a light-hearted and loving reading, and yeah, so we're going to see you through the eyes of your pet. And we have 4 possibilities here. We have pile number 1 here with the puma. Then we have pile number 2 with the wolf. Pile number 2 with Kaninchen, in English is rabbit. And then we have pile number 4 with Schwarzer Panther, in English then the Black Panther. Yeah. So take your pick and take your time. You can pause the video if you like, and I will see you in a couple of moments. So if you chose pile number 1, the puma pile, this is your reading, and we're starting immediately with the puma. So this is how your pet sees you. So I'm going to translate. This is written in German. So it's saying puma, self-confidence. Be brave and take the situation in your hands. So your pet sees you as someone very independent, also someone very assertive, but can be that at times you have a bit of self-doubt. And this, this puts your authority also in question. And although your pet can sense all this power and all this authority in you, because your self-doubts, you're always afraid of doing the wrong thing or not being able to deal with the situation. But the thing is, you are like almighty in this situation, and you're very, very strong. You just have a bit of difficulty of trusting your strength, or even thinking that you're allowed to be that strong. And you see the puma here is like making itself a bit smaller as well, right? Like being a bit shy. And it's like, could be that you do the same, because you cannot deal with your own strength, with your own power. You may tend to make yourself smaller. And actually it's also a way of protecting yourself, because what I feel here with this card, if you show yourself in all your might, you probably will be attacked by other people, or put yourself in some difficult situations. That's what I'm getting now from this card. But your pet sees you as someone very, very strong, and actually you could do a lot more with this strength and with this aura, so to say. Let's see the next card from this deck. Then we have the colibri, and it means joy, and says take it easy. Now with this card here, what I see here is actually your nature is very, very funny, very light-hearted, and you like the lighter side of life. Who doesn't, right? But in this sense, it's more like you can turn any difficult situation in something light. You always have kind of a joke, something funny to say. You're very witty. You're very also very fast in your thinking, and but sometimes you do it also in such a subtle way that people don't even notice how fast you are, right? But you're very fast in your thinking. You're very fast, like in answering, like any provocation, even if it's just a friendly one. You're always very creative, very fast, very witty. And, but again here, because this is, when I see these sentences, when I read this and I say, take it easy, this is like an order kind of thing. It's the imperative. And if someone is giving you an order or advising you or telling you to do something, it's because you're not doing, because otherwise keep on taking it easy, right? So, and the thing is like sometimes you take the weight of the world on your shoulders. Sometimes you take life too seriously, and that's not really in your nature. It could be that that's how you were told to take life. Maybe that was the examples you had at home and your surroundings, like it was your upbringing telling you only that life has to be hard. You know, any joy, any good thing in life has to be earned with a lot of sweat and tears, and you have to fight hard, you know, and maybe when you die, you'll get some compensation for all your trouble and strife. But it's like you have to fight and you have to suffer. And maybe, you know, you had this as examples in your home, but it's not your nature. Your nature is very strong, is you're a person of power, but a very light power. You're very funny and you're very lighthearted and you're very giving as well. And this is how what your pet senses in you. You know, you're very playful, and your pet loves to play with you. And your pet also helps you to get into that joy, to get into that high vibration, because I can see you both laughing a lot. Yeah, laughing and feeling silly and not ashamed of it. And this is a very strong energy, and it's your own energy. This is who you really are. And exactly, and here the advice is just take it easy and be in your power. You know, easier said than done. I know. So the next two set of cards. Now, this one here. So we have now the Spider Spirit, number 56. Make your dreams real. And again, this is like, this imperative, make your dreams real. What does this tell us? Like your pet, your pet knows you're a very creative person, and you are actually a manifester. And actually, you manifested your pet into your life. It could have been a lot of coincidences, a lot of synchronicities, and suddenly this wonderful pet of yours is in your life. It's like you created the situation. So your pet knows you're able to create wonderful situations for yourself. Again, the only thing that's here, you hinder yourself with self-doubt. So you have to get into this self-confidence. But your pet can even help you with that, you know, in a very playful way, because playful is your language of loving, is your language of manifesting, is being playful, is being humorous, is being funny. This is your language to deal with the world around you, and also lifting up spirits of other people. And the other card is then the Cat Spirit. Claim your independence. Number 13. So whatever kind of pet you have, your pet sees you as a cat, because it's just two cats here already, right? So you're a very strong person, and you're very independent. And your pet feels this as well. And I think that your pet is like you. You're both very independent. You don't create a relationship of codependency. Even if your pet is a dog, your dog is not very codependent on you. It's also a very independent personality as far as dogs can be, right? And you really like kind of, you're very similar, you and your pet. You're very similar, you're very playful, but you like your time alone. You like time for yourself. It's like you don't really need each other, you know, for emotional support. If you really need it, your pet will be there, but you're not really dependent on your pet to not feeling alone, not being happy. And the thing is, this is really cool, actually, because you're a very creative person. So actually, you're very active in your mind. Again, I get this from the colibri as well. You have a very active mind. So actually in your mind, you're always creating, and you probably, you know, you maybe draw or write, or you're always doing something creative or watching something creative. So you're actually always busy. So you don't even have time to feel alone, because you're also always doing something that is beautiful, something that means something to you. This is what I'm getting. This is what your pet also feels, and feels very comfortable, because you're both allowed to be the way you are at all times. So the last two cards. Then we have the Secret Path, an irresistible pull down a distinct path, ley lines, mystical traditions. Now, another thing here that your pet sees and feels is like you're very special. It's like you're not like the other humans they feel around them, or they meet on a daily basis. you're very mysterious. You're very mysterious, especially, and other people feel that you are mysterious as well, because you seem to do things differently and think differently. And you also may have like a telepathic bond with your pet, like a magical thing. It's like you both feel energies and you communicate through this very special language, ethereal language. That's what I would call it right now. And you have a specific path. You have a destiny. Wow, this is strong. So your pet feels and sees that you are someone with a destiny. But there's something hindering you, you know. There's something that's still keeping you from this path, and you have to claim your independence from something or someone or a situation, you know, or even a job, a country, whatever. You have to claim your independence from something. Let's see the last card, see if we get any light on this. And speaking of light, the darkness, ancestors, ancestral line, and generational shift. So I see. The thing that we have here, what you have to break free from is this generational story, you know, like what we inherit from our parents and from our ancestors. So again, it's not done on purpose. No one wants you to fail at anything. Actually, it's quite the contrary. Every one of your ancestors wants you to be successful and to have a wonderful life full of love and full of wonderful experiences. But you're keeping yourself from doing this because this is your nature. We have here the puma and the colibri. This is your real nature. You're independent, you're strong, you're bold, right? And you're fun and you're full of joy. And it's like you love the world and you love adventure. Sorry, something in my throat, sorry. Sorry for that. It's still there. I'll just have a sip of water, just a second. Okay. So sorry for that. And there's something, and it's also part of your path, like your destiny, to free your ancestors' line from this weight, from this feeling of life having to be hard, life having to be suffering, like everything bad happens and there is nothing good happening. And you know, like people put themselves far below any expectations in the sense that only other people deserve to be happy. So you could have this kind of thinking in your family, right? Of not believing that they can have something good, or they should have something good in their lives, or that they deserve something good in their lives. And this was passed down to you. And so it's like you have the feeling that you have to make yourself small. Although you feel you have wonderful things you want to manifest in this world, in this lifetime, and you feel there is a destiny in you that wants to be fulfilled. And we have 44, the number of destiny here. Yes, maybe you're seeing 44 a lot as well. And this one is a 14, so another 4 in it. And 13 here, 1 plus 3 is 4. So this is an 11 here. When it breaks, you know, if you break down 56, 5 and 6 is 11. Now, so this is how your pet sees you. It sees a lot of potential. It says a wonderful, strong person, you know, that has a destiny to be fulfilled, something. You have something to give to the world, but you're stopping yourself. And it's like you have to go through this experience in order to break a chain, break a pattern that's being given down from generation to generation. And it's now up to you. I know it's a heavy burden, but you can do it. Because you see here, I find this fairy so beautiful because she's also very light and also full of joy. And she brings so much light to this situation here on top of this head. And So you're the one who can do this because you are fun, because you are strong, because you are independent. So you can break this line. And this is how your pet sees you. You're strong, full of potential, and on your way to do something amazing in this world. And they find you also very caring, and they love this quality about you, that you're also very independent, right? They don't feel obligated to cheer you up, unless you really need it, of course, but you're not codependent, you're not dependent on them to feel better. So you just enjoy your time together as partners, right? So, pile number 1, this was your reading. I hope it resonates and inspires, and I hope it was fun. And I wish you a wonderful time, full of love. So if you chose pile number 2 with the wolf, so this is your reading. So we're starting immediately with the wolf. So I'll translate the card. So here we have protector, and you are safe and protected at all time, right? At all times. And so you are a protector yourself, but your pet sees that you need protection as well. And actually here your pet is telling you that they are protecting you. Your pet is protecting you, and that your pet won't allow that anything bad happens to you. But there's something on an emotional level where you feel unprotected, where you feel vulnerable. Your pet can help you, but there's something you also have to come to the conclusion. You have to come to this conclusion on your own, as is your path. Because you are a protector, but you feel vulnerable, at least at the moment, right? And you don't feel very strong right now. And your pet can feel this, but your pet is telling you, well, I'm here to protect you. I'm here if you need me. I'll always protect you, and I'll never let anything bad happen to you, which is really, really beautiful. Next card. Then we have opossum strategy. Yeah, just they're saying keep a plan B, ready. Keep a plan B ready. And this is good because we have strategy, and this is something that you do, and you're someone that you prepare. You prepare for the worst case scenario. So life or destiny won't ever find you unprepared. You're someone, for instance, you have all the kind of gadgets and stuff in your bag just in case you need them. And your pet really likes that, because your pet also feels very safe when it comes to that, because you always have everything at hand, not just concerning your pet, but your life. I have the feeling that at the moment you feel vulnerable, but you already, if you didn't have a plan B until this moment, you are preparing one now. You're always able to find solutions, to find strategies, to see how you come from A to B, which person is linked to the next one, how can you talk to this one and go to the next one. And so you are a strategizer. You are someone who can see ahead. That's why I was saying with preparer, not with this conspiracy theories, but if you are, it's also okay. But you like to plan ahead. You like to have a plan just in case everything goes south, and that you don't want to be left there unprepared with nothing in your hands. So, and your pet likes that, because your pet feels safe as well by you doing all this. But let's see what the other cards say. And we have then grasshopper spirit, take a leap of faith. Yeah. So, but this all preparation can be also a symptom of some fear. Like I was saying, then you're feeling vulnerable, right? And then you become afraid of taking risks. And here you need to take risks. You need to go forward. There's something in your life where right now you have to take a decision, have to make a decision, and you're finding it difficult. You're coming with all the strategies, which is good. If everything goes, in in another way or not the way you were planning, then it's good to have a plan B. This is really good that you can plan, you can strategize, but you have to take a leap of faith, right? And I have the feeling that usually you're very courageous, you're very brave, but there's something at the moment that's making you doubt, it's making you feel vulnerable. It can be the world situation we're having right now, can be anything in your life. And you're a bit afraid of taking the leap, but I think you will, because you're preparing yourself for that, right? And if you haven't prepared yet, you will. It's here. And look, the bee spirit, sweet results await. So it's like saying, take the leap of faith. There are wonderful results awaiting you. And your pet feels that. Your pet knows that. That's why your pet here wants to tell you, you're always protected. Prepare yourself for the worst, but hope for the best. And take the leap, because there are so many wonderful possibilities in front of you. And it's like your pet is really feeling this, is really kind of predicting it. It's like something logical, because they feel as well that you're so dedicated, you're so talented. It's impossible for you not to succeed, not to get something out of your effort. So go for it. It's like your pet is telling you to go for it. Don't be afraid of life. Prepare all you want is fine. It's a wonderful quality, but don't be afraid of life. Just go for it, right? So the next card, we have Beauty and the Beast, unconditional love. And this is something your pet really loves about you, is your unconditional love. You're very, very loving, and you're very accepting of all beings. It doesn't matter how they look like, how they speak, if they speak at all. You don't, and they feel so much love from you. And they feel so loved. They feel so accepted. They feel so at home. And they feel the same for you. It's like, although you're different species, but they feel like you're part of their tribe, right? Like you feel they're part of your family. And it's like, there are no differences between you except species and except that the communication, but still there's something there. There's a very strong bond, and they see you in all your beauty. They see you through the eyes of love, and they feel that you're someone who does this as well. And what I'm getting is because you're so loving and you're so open, so giving and accepting, something hurts you and something is making you feel vulnerable at the moment and maybe a bit shy of taking a risk. But your pet is telling you, you can. There's wonderful things coming your way. Do not be afraid. And then we have Snail's Pace. Slow down, grounding, listen for the heartbeat of the earth and subtle energies. Sorry for that. And it can be, so your pet sees you as well as being very, very busy and always running or being impatient, and causing inner stress. And it can be with this feeling vulnerable and feeling also the stress of having to take a decision, taking a leap, and to make a decision, and feeling prepared for this. But the advice is here: calm down, slow down, one step at a time. It doesn't have to be all at once. It doesn't have to be in a hurry. And what your pet is telling you here as well is like, the more you hurry, the more sloppy you get, and the more mistakes you are bound to make. And you don't need to go through that. Just breathe, breathe. And I think that your pet also helps you to ground yourself. So use those moments to really ground yourself and relax and feel how the whole of the stress just goes down your back, and starts going back to earth. And this is what is meant by grounding yourself. And So you can give your stress back to earth and get all the inspiration and new life from it again. Yeah. So your pet loves you very much and admires you as well and wants you to know that you are safe. You know, just prepare yourself and go for it. Do what you love. It's going to be okay. So just relax, get into your energy, and then leap. So pile number 2, this was your reading. I hope it resonates and inspires you. And I hope it was fun. So you have a wonderful time full of love. Thank you. So if you chose pile number 3, this is your reading, the rabbit. So we're starting immediately with this card. So we have rabbit and fertility, and it's saying your creativity is simply great, right? So we're starting with the first card. So your pet sees you as being very, very creative, having a great imagination, of being an artist, someone who's very playful and very positive. They see you as very positive, very playful, very fun, and you also being sometimes in your own world, you know, and you take life in a playful way, and you're very creative, you know, and you're very good with your hands. That's what I'm getting right now. You can build stuff. So many of you can really be all artsy and build stuff and create things from nothing. So very, very creative. Let's see what the next cards say. Then we have the raven, magic. I have to think now. And I'm missing the word now in English. Stand up for your, let's say, stand up for your abilities, magical abilities. And the thing is here, not only magical, I think, because we have here the creativity, is like, you know you are creative, but you're a bit shy when it comes to that. You become shy when it comes to sharing it with the world. There's a lack of believing in yourself, like if you're good enough and so on. But your pet is telling you, you are great. You know, believe in yourself, know that you are, and create and put it out there in the world. You know, fly. You know, spread your wings and fly and share it with the world. And it's like there's, funnily enough, it's like something is blocking you. Something is like, again, is a bit of shame, is a bit of not believing in yourself. But let's see what the other cards say. Then we have the antelope spirit, number 2. Life is speeding up. Yeah, because your pet notices there's more stress coming in. Maybe you've been very quiet the last months, and now probably you're working again, or you have more appointments now. So you're moving a lot more. You're getting out of the house a lot more. And but it's also like there are more opportunities now coming your way. There are more decisions that have to be made. And it can be that sometimes you may feel somewhat overwhelmed, right? But you can do this, you can deal with it. But your pet is sensing there's a lot more movement, there's a lot more action going on at the moment. Then you have here number 6, beaver spirit, lay a solid foundation. Yeah, and that's now like the theme of your life right now. I have the feeling you want to start something new as well, that you want something also more creative, start a job that is more creative, or like a hobby, or turn this hobby into your main job and earn money with it. But you have to lay this foundation. You know, you have to be careful when it comes to money. It's like telling you, make sure your finances are in order, and make sure you have like this business plan. Make sure that you can stand on your own, right? But believe in yourself, because you can. You just have to prepare. And this is probably where you're a bit afraid of taking the risk. And if you're not believing in yourself as such, so this can be a hindrance. But life is now throwing a lot of balls in your direction, and you'll have a lot of opportunities to deal with the situation. So then we have Keeper of Secrets. Use your discernment, confide in a trusted friend, keep silent about knowledge. And they feel that you are someone people turn to. So your pet feels that you are someone people turn to. People come to you for advice. People come to you to tell their troubles. They trust in you. You're very trustworthy. And you're a very good listener. And you have very dedicated friends as well. And you're also a very dedicated friend. And there's this feeling of trust all around you, and also of understanding, because you're a good listener. And good listeners are very hard to come by. Very, very hard. Because we all tend to filter everything that we hear. And our filters, they have to do with our own life story, with our own past experiences. So sometimes we miss important messages in what's being communicated to us. So listening is a talent that's very, very rare. And you have this. You can really listen. And you can also pay attention to details. And you're very in the moment. That's what I'm getting here. You're very in the moment. But sometimes what you feel is also a bit overwhelmed. Like people come to you and they trust in you and they tell all their problems and they discuss them with you. But you're someone who doesn't do the other way around. You actually keep your problems to yourself. You're someone who's you don't share with your inner world just like that. And this can be a burden to you because it can weigh you down, because you're carrying not only your emotional weight, you're carrying the emotional weight of everyone around you as well. So, and your pet knows this. So tell your secrets to your pet. Your pet won't tell anyone else. Then we have Shimmer. Wow. Number 39. Glamour, confidence, allure, charisma. So, in case you didn't know, your pet is telling you that you are beautiful. Your pet finds you amazingly beautiful, glamorous. And you could be an artist. You can even be an actress, could be a singer, dancer. And you're someone who's very elegant, very beautiful. You move with grace. And probably in the last couple of months, you haven't had a lot of work and you weren't doing much. But this is changing. Your pet is saying new opportunities are coming in. And trust yourself. You do have the talent. You do have the looks. You have everything going on for you. Just make sure that you always have a plan B, that you always have something to come back to, financially especially. Because now these experiences from the last couple of months have shown us that nothing is for granted. Right? You cannot take anything for granted in this world at the moment. So take care of yourself. But new opportunities are coming. And again, like with this grace, see, you have the grace of nature. You are a dancer. You are a very elegant person, very beautiful. And people notice you when you appear. You are a head turner. So, and your pet loves you very, very much and wants you to trust in yourself because everything's going to be fine. So pile number 3, this was your reading. I hope it resonates and inspires you. I hope it was fun, and I wish you a wonderful time full of love. Thank you. So if you chose pile number 4, this is your reading. So we're starting with this card immediately. So this is the Black Panther, and I'll translate. This is passion, and follow your passion. So you're a very strong personality, and your pet knows this. And you're very opinionated. You have strong views about the world and people around you. And you're very passionate for causes, can be political causes, can be environment causes, can be animal rights, women's rights, people's rights. You're an activist. That's the feeling I'm getting from this card. You have this strong personality, and and you want to do something. You want to be active. And the cards, like, because it's in the imperative, it's like an order. Follow your passion. It can be that you're not following your passion completely. Maybe you're afraid of consequences. Maybe it's because of financial issues. But it's like your pet is telling you, you have all this passion in you, all this power. Use it. Go for it, because you can feel it miles away. And I feel like pride. Your pet is proud of you, in the sense like you are really the leader of the pack. You really are. And your pet is like, sorry, but I'm getting the image like when your pet is talking to the other animals, it's like, you see that one? That human, that is my human. That cool one, yeah, that is my human. So like boasting about it and bragging. It's totally sweet. But let's see the other cards. Then we have raccoon, Waschbär. Yeah, that is like in German, Waschbär or Waschbär. So it's a raccoon, and it's now the word is gone in English, but it's like, it's like creativity, being clever, finding solutions, finding ways of getting what you want, right? And here we say, they say, you have all the means that you need. So let's put in here, it's like the tree continues. And so this is really interesting, because this card here is not an order, it's not the imperative, it's not an advice, it's just stating the obvious probably, or maybe it's not that obvious to you. But because you're not following your passion, maybe you're not feeling that you have, the means necessary to do it, be it, like financial means, be it even creative means, in the sense of having like a social media platform, or meeting the right people, or being at the right place at the moment. But the thing is, you can. And the thing is, you just have to be really original about it, creative about it, like the raccoon. They always find ways to get what they want, because if they want something, they will stop at nothing. So, and they're really, really creative and funny, really, really funny, and very clever and mischievous. They're totally funny. And I find this really great. They have this makeup here, so to say makeup. The fur here is like a thief, right? So I find them so sweet. But, so you have everything here, like going on for you. Actually, you have all the things at your disposal that you need. And what the card, or your pet in this sense, is telling you, you don't need anything complicated. Actually, what your pet is saying, stop coming up with reasons not to do what you love. Wow, this is strong. That was just there all of a sudden. So stop coming up with reasons not to do what you love, because this is just, excuses. And then I'm not saying that you don't want to do it, or just finding excuses. I don't mean to sound that harsh. It's like sometimes we procrastinate because we're afraid of something, right? I don't know exactly what, but it could be. But let's see what the other cards say. So I think like your pet is as strong-minded and opinionated as you are. So cool. So we have number 60, Swan Spirit, time for a deep dive. And then we have number 61, the Turkey Spirit, give with gratitude and grace. Now, I find this amazing. And in the other piles, I take one after the other. But here, I just felt I had to present both of them. And then I saw the cards, I understood. Because these two creatures, they seem to be so different from one another, when it comes to the looks. And so there can be some very, paradoxal traits within you, right? That you can be one extreme and the other extreme at the same time. You can be very gentle and loving and sweet, but very strong and independent and strong-minded, as we just saw, at the same time. But it makes sense. In your person, it makes sense. it's not like, it doesn't come across like a personality split or something like that. So it makes sense because this is what you are. And here with the swan spirit, again, we have this grace, we have this, when I say this grace, it sounds like disgrace, but we have grace, we have beauty, we have elegance. So you're very feminine in the sense that you really groom yourself, let's put it that way. That's what your pet sees. You really groom yourself, you take your time. You could be a man or a woman, but your grooming is very important. Your self-care, your feeling beautiful and making yourself beautiful is very important for you. And it can be that while you do that, that your pet is watching you, very interested. Could be for some of you. And then, but here we have time for a deep dive, right? Because this beauty is not just skin deep. You have this beauty and grace within you, right? And you have the power, not the quality, to see this beauty and grace within other people as well. And actually you see it in everything around you, and in the nature, in the animals, and the people that are close to you, and even in strangers. You're a very warm person. You have a beautiful smile, that's what I'm getting, and you have an open smile to people when they come to you. You know, you hardly know them, but you have always a smile ready to share with the people around you. And you're not a superficial person. Because like I said, you're strong-minded and you're very opinionated, but you go deep. You just, you're not just satisfied with information on the tabloids. You'd like to research. You like to fundament your opinion on facts. You know, facts that make sense to you. I know nowadays it's a bit confusing with facts and fake news and whatever, but you're someone who likes to really do your research before you state your opinion. But once you have an opinion, you defend it, you know, also based on facts, on experiences, and share the experiences with other people. Yeah. And with the turkey spirit, I find it really interesting because we have give with gratitude and grace. And me personally, but it's just me, I would never in the life would associate the turkey with gratitude and grace. But then I believe it has to do with the American culture because of Thanksgiving, right? That's how I understand it. But it's really beautiful because I wasn't expecting to have this association. I find it even more beautiful. And I think it's also about you. You're someone, you don't judge the book by the cover. Again, you go deep, be it with your opinions, be it with people, be it, you go deep. You're not satisfied just with the surface of things. And you are willing to give your time to discovering a new universe inside someone, right? And what is important here, because now we have this imperative mode, like giving an order. So give with gratitude and grace. I think that here what the card is telling is like, you're very giving. Just don't fall into the temptation of wanting something in return. You always get something in return, but as you probably know, usually not from the same source. You know, don't free yourself from expectations. That's how I would interpret this, because it can lead to disappointment. Yeah. And don't be afraid of giving, but you're already very, very giving. This is the message from your pet. You're a very giving person. You're very loving, very open. Yeah. Let's see what the other cards say. We have Dragon's Pet. Communication between species, animals, pets, magical companions, guardianship. So again, like, it could be that you are a foster mom or you're an animal activist. It can be, you know, like veterinary. You could be anything that has to do with animals, anything, any career at all, right? And you have this capacity of really talking with animals, of really communicating, of really understanding and making yourself understood. It's almost like magic, but you connect with animals in a very special way. And for instance, what I'm getting from your pet is your pet feels like your friend, not like your pet. Actually, it sees you as equals, as being equals, and actually is like, and I think your pet is very similar to you, has inherited some, or adapted, or adopted some of your personality traits. You're kind of similar. It's like fate brought you together. And this makes your communication between one another very easy. So you're someone who's very talented with animals, right? And I think that's your passion, really, working with animals. And you have all it takes. It's like this coming repeatedly in my head, like your pet is telling you, you have what it takes. You have what it takes to do it. Just do it. Then have Child of the Moon, forgiveness transcending the ego. Again, like we were saying earlier, you're a very, very loving person. You're a very forgiving person. And you're kind of magical. You know, there's something magical about you, very graceful. And like I was saying, you're very open. You can understand all sides of a story. You're very open, and you're very understanding in mistakes, and you are ready to give people second, third chances. You know, you really believe in the good of people. And if we go to Thanksgiving here, and you know, like sharing a meal, helping other people, you have this kind of vibe, you have this kind of spirit within you. And then you can also decide to help the other species, you know, that cannot help themselves. You're someone who's really wanting to do something for the world. It's something really beautiful. You're a giver, and you're a lover. Let's put it that way. You're a very loving person, and you have the ability, you have the talent to do it. So, pile number 4. This was your reading. I hope it made sense. I hope it resonates and inspires you, and I hope it was fun. And I wish you a wonderful time full of love. Thank you.